Now, for your information, the Segleme housing project is a scar on the conscience of Ghanaian politicians. They built a number of affordable housing. They were supposed to be housing that were supposed to be made affordable so that the people would be able to move into them. At the end of the day, the taxpayers' money was taken. Loans were contracted to be paid for by the taxpayer to put up those buildings. Because of political wickedness, political ineptitude, politicians decided that they will play the buffoonery. They do not care how much money is sunk into any project. They do not care how this affects the ordinary Ghanaian. All they care about is holding on to the fiber of power so they can continue to push the people deeper into their graves. Now, the so-called affordable housing as it stands right now has become home to cockroaches and lizards. It has become home to serpents. It has become home for thieves and rapists. Now, if you are driving along the road that has the Segleme project, and you look at the project, you can imagine how much money went into it. We were told that the amount of money that they claim they put in that project had been overestimated. In other words, politicians are always looking for an opportunity to steal from the people. If the project costs 2 cedis, they will price it at 20 cedis, 10 times the cost, so that they'll be able to pocket the rest of the money. I don't know who created politicians. Certainly not God. It's sad. Today as it stands, the affordable house in Segleme is rotting up. Nobody can go there because lizards and serpents have invaded the place. In fact, I started by saying it's a scar on the conscience of politicians in this country. The people who promised us that they would stand by us, those who told us that they would protect the public purse, those who swore that the public's interest will be number one, and above all, Ghana first, today have let Ghana down. They have let the taxpayer down, and nobody can call them to be accountable. Today, Ahiagbah has been invited to come over, and all of a sudden he's falling ill. That is how it is with politicians. When they see that their backs are pushed against the wall, they start reading the Constitution like the Bible or the Quran. They will find out exactly what they can do to avoid justice. If they are not sick, then they are out of the country. If they are not out of the country, they would find a reason. In fact, they would propound a reason. They cannot appear to face justice. They are cowards. It hurts me, my brother. It hurts me, my sister, that at the end of it all, Nana Addo may not live up to the next 10 years. Maybe not up to the next 20 years. If Nana Addo lives for another 20 years, then that means he's playing extra time. Today, how many Ghanaians even live up to 80 years? As I sit right now, I don't know whether I will live up to the next 10 years or the next 20 years. Every Ghanaian walks with a pen and paper in his pocket to write a will every second, because we are not sure whether we will die in the next second or still be alive. So we walk around with pens and paper. We update our will every second. It's a slap in the faces of dirty politicians. Ghana is no longer safe. And those who are making Ghana not safe are certainly not the criminals. In fact, if there are any criminals at all, then it's the dirty people in power who are the criminals. I heard they said that Jinasari said that the headquarters of demonism is Nogokpo. I beg to differ. The headquarters of demonism in Ghana is the Jubilee House. That is where all the demonism is happening. My brother, my sister, who is more a demon than the President of the Republic of Ghana? The President of the Republic of Ghana is a fallen angel. He's a demon. Now, if I go down on my knees and I'm praying for God to protect me against demons and against wicked people, the president is number one on the list of demons. 120 Ghana cedis, they are giving out and doling out for a child. And as Ahiagbah Aye asked, how much is even an egg? You promised them that you will give them cocoa tea with milk. Now they will come back with the argument that, oh, because they are buying in bulk, 1 cedi 20 pesos, which is equivalent to 12 cents in America. 12 cents. And that is about 9, whatever. My brother, my sister, this is how much they spend on our children in school. 12 American cents to feed a child a day. Our prisoners take less than 2 cedis to be fed. In Ghana, the prisons are not for reformation. They are for what? If the prisons in Ghana are not for reformation, they are for cremation. If a prisoner is sent to the prisons in Ghana, don't think that they are sending this prisoner for anything called reformation. They are sending every prisoner in Ghana for cremation. It is where they roast you to death. They feed you with things that their dogs will not even eat. And when you dare complain, they send you to the crematorium. In fact, the prison houses in Ghana are so shameful that they can never qualify for prisons. In fact, they are crematoria. Alhaji Segleme, Yakubu, please get well soon so justice can be served. Hey! Whether you get well or not, justice is waiting for you. Nobody can run away from justice. Even in their graves, justice will be served. To God be the glory. Hi, rest of my name, Blakk Rasta, and of course, the voice of the Patriot, where we speak truth to power. Remember, here we don't criticize, but if we must, on only one condition, to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we have taken sides. We are not neutral. We are on the side of the truth, the headquarters of the truth. Subscribe and make sure you hit on the like button, and we will always be knocking on your door so you will feel the truth like fire, more fire. My name Blakk Rasta. People like Richard Ahiagbah are bootlickers. In fact, they are candidates for hell. It is sad. This was the same guy who was touting the work of his government in power. And when he was asked to mention one single project in the Volta region that he claimed, I remember clearly on Johnny's Bite, he failed to do that. A man who is saying that, oh, my government is doing so well. When you go to the Volta region, we did this, my government did that and did that and did that and did that and that. He was sounding like a broken record. He was stopped in his tracks and asked, mention one product, one project, one program that your government has done in the Volta region out of the that you are mentioning. He said, oh, but Johnny, Johnny, why? They are there, they are in our books. You are the one saying that they have done a lot in the Volta region. Can you mention one product? He fizzled into the cardcorn of absolute despondency. He fizzled into nothingness. He became neon gas and went fizz like that. Today, this is the guy talking for his party and encouraging us not to lose interest in a demonic president. Hallelujah. It is only in Ghana that as long as corruption benefits us egotistically, we don't care how many people die. Hey, it doesn't matter whether the ship is leaking or not. As long as where I am sitting is not leaking, I don't care. And foolishly, we don't get to understand that even if the other side of the ship is leaking and there's going to be a sinkage, the whole ship goes into that ruin. I'm speaking tongue in cheek. Why should we not lose trust in Nana Akufo-Addo? Why should we not lose trust? Look how children are on the streets begging night and day. Now the traffic in Ghana is not caused by too many cars on the streets. It's not only caused by the potholes. Majorly, it is because of beggars on the street. Children are making more money on the street now than even going out there to go to school. They don't want to go to school anymore. They are better off on the street where they are begging for alms. Oh, what a dangerous country. Some religions will tell you that you will go to hell. Yes, you go to hell because you don't belong to them. Yet, most of them are on the streets, they're begging the people who are going to hell to give them money. After all, when you go to hell, you won't need that money. What a people. We fight each other because of religion. We fight each other because of ethnicity differences. Yet when we are on the hospital bed dying, we do not ask our doctor who is taking care of us whether they belong to the Jehovah's Witness or they belong to the Roman Catholic. We don't ask them whether they are Muslim or Buddhist. When we are sitting in the aeroplane, we do not bother to ask if the pilot eats pork or he's vegetarian. We don't care if the pilot is an MPP person or an NDC person. But when we are comfortable, we start to play the buffoonery. My brother, my sister, Ahiagbah, Ghanaians have already lost interest in your president. Your president has performed so abysmally. Your president is not supposed to even be called the president. In fact, he's an antecedent. I leave it here.